all of life is hedged on relationships. So while we are alive on earth, we have relationship with people, we have a direct relationship with our community, with our society, we have relationship with those we know and those we are yet to know, those we would yet meet, with friends, families, acquaintances, and what have you. So relationship is the secret behind life itself. We are here to relate with each other because you have a need, I have a need, and I meet your need, you meet my need, and that brings us to the law of reciprocity. But before I go into the law of reciprocity, I would like to say that it is important that we foster good relationship, not just with people, but with the society at large, because it will go a long way to determine how far we will go in life and also how well we will do in life. So the law of reciprocity states that if you do something nice for me, I will do something nice for you in return. I feel obligated to reciprocate. So that is the law of reciprocity, and it is one of the pillars of life. In the same vein, if someone does evil to you, you have the urge to want to reciprocate that evil act. So you must be careful, because those who understand the law of reciprocity will go the length of it to ensure that they live it to its fullest. But life should be lived doing good. It is good to do good. So no, I would advise that we stick to doing good alone and not reciprocating evil, even when it is done to us. So the way to foster relationship is by reciprocating. So what can you reciprocate? You can reciprocate emotions. So like if someone does something to you, do not hesitate to appreciate them. Just thank you very much. Oh, I'm pleased to have you. It's nice to see you. Those good words. Say good words to people at all times, even when they tend to annoy you, or they get you vexed, or probably when they seem undeserving of it. It is not your call to judge them. So it is important that you reply them favorably, that you do good to them even when they don't seem to be deserving of it, because by that you are sparking the need, the urge on the inside of them to want to reciprocate. It will hit them by surprise, and they'll be amazed that how can someone to whom I have not been good still do good to me. But it is because you understand the law of reciprocity that it is the only way relationships can be fostered. So apart from emotional reciprocation, there's also material reciprocation, or what is known as financial reciprocation. Probably if someone lends you money, it is expected that you reciprocate, and probably when the person is in need, that you reciprocate such actions. But it is quite amazing because life is paradoxical. I always like to talk about the paradoxicality of life. Yes, life is paradox, in the sense that in life it just happens that two events that counter themselves always occur. So I am a kind of person that always love to see life from that perspective. So there is the law of entitlement, which implies that because I have done something good for you, you must reciprocate. I am deserving of something good. But funny enough, most times we do good for people, and they reply us, or their responses to our good deeds are nonetheless unworthy of whatever it is that we have given out to them. So they repay us with evil, so to say. It might not be as evil as pointing a gun to the head, or as evil as poisoning one's meal and all kind of evil things that one could think of. But in the sense that it is no longer a reciprocation of the kindness, but a reverse of the kindness. So most times those are the things we get out of life. But my advice is that as a person, irrespective of the reaction of other people to your kindness, to your being nice, to your good deeds, you shouldn't stop doing good, because it is said that the gifts of a man makes a way for him. So the good things you do are the things that bring about the breakthroughs you experience, are the things that bring about the favors you get, are the things that bring about the open doors that you get. How I wish they would get to know. And this video is for those people who have failed to fulfill the dictates of the law of reciprocity. So in biology, we are taught parasitism and mutualism. So in parasitism, we know about the parasitic relationship between a parasite and the host. The parasite always feeding on the host, not bothering or caring about how the host feels. So we know about that relationship. It's also seen as a toxic relationship, the relationship that will only end up draining the host, and at the end of the day, the host will die. So we also know about mutualism. Then in mutualism, we talk about symbiosis. So I benefit, you benefit. In that way, in that kind of relationship, we can see the law of reciprocity in action. I do something nice for you, like say for example, I take you out on a date. So, or probably it could be a business date. Yes, it could be a business date. Probably we have a negotiation to make, so we go to a nearby restaurant, and then I order for the lunch. Inside of you, psychologically, you'll be pleased, and you'll have it in mind, or should I say it is expected, right, in with respect to the law of reciprocity, that the next meal you should cover for it. So that is the law of reciprocity in action, and that shouldn't make you feel entitled to it, because life is paradoxical. So you might do good to a person, and expecting the person to fulfill the dictates of the law of reciprocity, the person does the reverse. So that is just how it is. So mutualism and parasitism. So what kind of relationship do you have? See, let me tell you this: relationship should not be forced. Though there are some normal relationships that you have no choice than to be in, like the relationship with your family. You can't decide who you want your father to be. No, you just can't decide who you want your siblings to be. And then most times, to some extent, you can't decide your society. Most times you are brought into the society. So, but other relationship, as regards friendship, and as regards you meeting and communicating with people, those kind of relationships should be earned. You should aim relationship. People should aim you. You don't force yourself into people. So and all this is just to prevent parasitism. All this is to prevent those people that always feel entitled. All this is to prevent you becoming a host for someone to feed on. But if you want to make the most of your relationship, you have to adopt the law of reciprocity. You need to do what biology calls mutualism. It should be a mutual relationship. I benefit, you benefit, then we make the most of life. Life is beautiful if we can use the principles. Like I said in my video, my previous video, you can check it. I talked about the importance of a principle that life is easy to live if we live according to several principles that have been put in place, several laws that govern life. So the law of reciprocity is one law that governs life, because life itself is hedged on relationship. You would either do well if you have good relationship with people, and you would, in contrary, you would not do well if you your relationship with people sucks. So it is important that you evaluate your relationship, know those that are adding to your life, and know those that are not giving anything in return despite all you do for them. Life should be lived reciprocating kindness, and we shouldn't for any reason revenge if life happens, if people tend not to reciprocate, or if people tend to do evil to us. We shouldn't for any reason revenge, and we shouldn't for any cause feel entitled, because life is paradoxical. But notwithstanding, it is important, if you must grow in life, if you must foster your relationship with people and your society at large, it is important that we imbibe and work according to the dictates of the law of reciprocity. It is very simple. You do something nice for me, I do something nice for you. I feel obliged to reciprocate. That is just it. Thank you. So you must remember that your growth is in your hands. So you're the only one that can make yourself successful. Yes, quite all right. The Better Cancel Law channel is right there for you to inspire greatness now and beyond. But you must take responsibility.